What is up? What's up? So let me know in the comments if you guys are here to learn about how to get started strong on YouTube. For those of you that are viewing and are tuning in from Nique's channel, my name is Ruby. My channel name is It's Me, Miss Ruby, formerly known as Music and Beauty TV. That was the name of my YouTube channel. I'm actually going through a transition right now, so if you guys want to find me, it's me, Miss Ruby. And for everybody on my channel, thank you so much for subscribing. I love y'all. I really appreciate it. I'm super excited about this video. So basically, I've had a lot of people in real life, a lot of my friends and family, as well as some people online, asking me questions about like how to get started on YouTube. And I have been wanting to put together some sort of a class and training to help you guys out. So I figured it would be a lot better if instead of doing it by myself, if I partnered up with my friend who does YouTube as well, because we're local to one another. So Nique, that's her name, her channel name, Nique at Night. Like I said, if you're on my channel, go subscribe to Nique at Night. And I'm actually gonna put that in the comments real quick so that you guys can see the spelling of her channel. But yes, so she and I have both been on YouTube for about the same amount of time. You've been on YouTube since the beginning of YouTube? Or? Yeah,
I've been on since the very beginning, yeah.
Okay, so that was 2005.
I started my Nique at Night channel. It was different, but I started it in 2006.
Got it, 2006. So
yeah, but I didn't stay consistent on YouTube.
Did you call it Nique at Night in 2006?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that's crazy because I done changed my channel name so many times.
No, my channel name was different.
Oh, okay. Okay, so 2006 though, I think that I made my first broadcast on YouTube back in 2006 as well. But since then, I mean, it wasn't this channel. There's been so many different channels and things that I've done. But this channel I started in 2009, very inconsistent. However, I have been in the YouTube space for a minute. So that just lets you guys know like where we're both basically coming from. I don't see your chats.
My chat, I have to go to a separate window to pull it up.
Okay, got it. That's cool. So yeah, I currently have about 74,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we're almost at 75K. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. That's where I'm at right now, about 5.5 million views. Thank you. But Nique has like almost 65,000, right?
Yeah. No, I'm at 66 now.
Oh, she's 66,000 subscribers. However, she's got about 17 million views on YouTube. So we're going to talk about that in this video about chatting from Cairo. Okay, that's what's up. About some of that in this video to talk to you guys about like how to really understand the numbers and how that affects your progress on YouTube. So I asked, I'm going to go see. I asked in my community tab if anybody had questions. I'm checking that right now. And I also asked on Facebook and Instagram because I want to make sure to answer you guys' questions. But basically, in this video, the focus is getting started strong on YouTube. And so I pretty much put a list together, the 5 C's that I want you guys to focus on. And the 5 C's are consistency, community, collaboration, creativity, and connection. I'm going to go into detail about all those, but by covering these 5 C's, these 5 topics, pretty much going to help you guys to go from being interested in YouTube, maybe being new to YouTube, to actually understanding the most important aspects of getting started strong on YouTube. So I'm going to just give it a few more minutes, let everybody get on. You guys let me know in the comments right now who's here to actually learn how to get their channel started strong on YouTube. If you have any specific questions, let me know, please. Appreciate it. And if you're on each channel.
If you're on my channel, here I come. Sorry, guys.
She's coming. She's got to pull up the window with the chats, so I can't see if you guys are commenting right now. But we'll catch that up when she pulls it up. We're just going to linger for a few more minutes. 3:15. Get it popping.
But thank you so much for everybody who is tuning in. This will be a great live. Let's see. Let me pull up mine really quickly. I was trying to like put some on my face so I would look so crazy. But shout out to everybody who is tuning in to this live. And again, I have been on YouTube. For those of you who are tuned in on Ruby's, I have been on YouTube since 2006. but I wasn't consistent on YouTube. So if you guys see me looking back and forth, because I'm going live on my channel and Ruby is going live on her channel as well. So let me pull up my chat so that I can see what my subscribers are saying. And Ruby is going to pretty much lead this conversation because it's her idea. So she's gonna get started and then I'm gonna chime in and I'm gonna give my insight and things that I have learned here on YouTube while I've been doing this for a little minute. Oh, wait. Okay, okay, and sorry for the delay, guys, but I want doing this for. Okay, all right. So
see if you got anything. I'm confused how to start. Okay, Tina, when you say that you're confused about how to start, what do you specifically?
Starting on YouTube.
Do you mean like in terms of like filming and just uploading your video, or do you mean in terms of like creating a channel? Like be a little bit more specific, please, because I do want to answer that question.
Okay, and before she answers that question, for those of you on my live, I'm not sure if you guys caught like her stats and everything like that. So pretty much Ruby has a beauty channel. So we come from two different areas of YouTube. I do the celebrity news and gossip on YouTube, and Ruby does the beauty and things like that. She does like all these bomb hair tutorials where she is killing it with the views and killing it with the subscribers. She is sitting at 74,000 subs on YouTube. I have 66,000, almost 67, and I cover celebrity news and gossip. What she was sharing with her audience before I went live on my audience is the amount of views, how it's different because, you know, different things affect channels differently. Like for me, putting out celebrity news and gossip, it's easier for me to talk about a gossip story than it is for her to give you a step-by-step instructional, very informative video on like a hairstyle and things like that. And so for her, where I produce more videos, she produces more quality, I would say, content, because she is very, very thorough in her videos. Like you would definitely learn a lot from Ruby. So where it seems a little off, because I have like 17 million views. That's because I have almost 750 something videos on this channel. And Ruby,
that's crazy,
has how many videos do you
I'm
have?
about to see right now because I don't even know.
I'm sure she has less, but it takes a lot more time to become a beauty influencer because you want to put really, really quality work. You want to, you know, focus in on it. So number one, getting started on YouTube, you have to find out what lane you want to go in. You don't want to be all over the place. You don't want to be doing beauty and then talking about gossip and then talking about this and then talking about that. You want to kind of have like a niche, you know, you want to have like a specific lane that you want to go in. And once you figure out what your lane is that you want to go in, then you skyrocket off of that.
Right.
You don't want to be all over the place.
Yes.
So I'm going to let her take over.
First off, before I continue, how do I make sure that all the chats are saved? Because people are saying stuff. Do you know how to do that?
It's automatically saved. While you're going live, it's going to be
saved while I'm live, but when we're done?
Yeah, it'll be on there.
Really? Okay, because she go live all the time.
Yeah, it'll be on live.
So I don't know. I'm like a novice to this. Yes. Okay. Actually, to comment on what you said, though, even though I do appreciate the support, yes, it does take a lot more time to put together an instructional beauty video like what I do. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it is the best thing to do. Like, most importantly, the reason I want to tell you guys, disclaimer, like to just cover everything. If you really want to get started on YouTube and you want to treat this like a business, then that's what this video is for. If you just want to get started on YouTube as a hobby, just to do something fun, we're not going to really be covering like, oh, how to press record and upload a video. That's not what we're covering today. The purpose of this is to help you understand how to turn this into cash eventually. And then maybe in the future, we can do another video where we tell you how to turn it into a lot of cash. But basically, like how to get your YouTube started strongly so that eventually you can make some money, because that's why a lot of people are doing it on the side right now. And all that being said, if you're thinking about this in terms of business in any way, shape, or form, it's better to work smarter than harder. So if there are a variety of things that you can do and you're trying to determine what you should do, first and foremost, think about it in terms of like, what do I actually love? Like, what do I love enough to get up and make myself do every day? Because everything gets hard regardless how much you love it. But in terms of what's something I'm good at that I really like doing and I can get up and do it every day or every week. And then think about now, what is the best approach I can take? Because although it may be a lot harder to produce the types of videos that I produce, and you know, that's the reason why I'm not producing as many videos. And in a way, that's not the smartest thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there was something else I could do to produce just as good of a quality video faster, that would be the smartest thing to do if I was just thinking about growing my channel. Now, that's if you're just looking at this purely as business. If this is something like, I love to do beauty tutorials and that's most important to you, then by all means do beauty tutorials. But I just want you to keep that in mind, that it's actually really strong and really smart what it is that you're doing, Nique, because you're able to produce a lot of videos, and like, that's dope. Like, it's dope to find how to take the thing that you love to do and then figure out how to do a lot of it.
Yeah, and how to produce.
Right.
I want to give a shout out to Daryl Kimbrough. Thank you so much for the donation and super chat. I really appreciate the love and support. I have a question. I'm not sure. Are you taking? We want to
take. Yeah, we
want. Okay, so
let's take one question right now.
So let's see. Nique Chats wants to know how to properly tag your videos, and I remember you talking about how you do your research on tagging and everything like that. So if you want to share that.
Absolutely. Can I see, where is that at? Because I want to see what this
says
right here. Like.
Oh, the super chat is right here. So
so it will say it. Why don't I have that?
This will go away once, like, it'll be up there and then it'll go off. So like, if somebody does it, it'll go up there.
Oh, it'll be up there. Yeah. Okay, Michelle. Y'all, look, don't mind me. I don't be going live. I need to start going live more. Okay, so we're gonna I'm actually gonna cover that in one of the sections, how to properly tag your videos.
Properly.
Okay, so let's just start out. Just let me know, Nique, if you're going to be on for this entire, we're going to be on for about 30, 45 more minutes. So if you're going to be on for this entire thing, then I will get to that. And if you're going to be off sooner, then let me know. So I'll just try to cover it before. But basically, 5 C's to getting started strong on YouTube. Again, consistency, community, collaboration, creativity, and connection. Bust out your pens and pads, y'all, because we're going to go through this information kind of quick. But I want to get started with the first one I actually want to get started with is consistency. The number one most important thing that you need to know taking YouTube serious is consistency. Everybody says it, but I wanted to just throw in my 2 cents about it, and then she can as well. You know what it means to be consistent, but what I had twisted in the beginning of my YouTube career is that I thought consistency meant 2 videos a week, every week. And I couldn't keep up with that. So I would aim for it, and then there would be weeks where I wouldn't do anything at all because I'd be beating myself up. So when you're trying to decide on whatever your consistent schedule is going to be realistic about the time that you have. Start off maybe with no schedule at all. Edit your video, upload it, do whatever promotion you're going to do for it. See how much time that really takes from you alongside the rest of your life. You may have a job, kids, whatever. Figure out, okay, realistically, I can only produce 1 video every 2 weeks. As long as you stay consistent with something and you don't quit ever, then you're going to have a lot more success and retention, meaning more people coming back to see your videos on purpose than the person who just randomly pops up and just uploads a video when they feel like it. And I tell you guys that from personal experience. I'm still not as consistent as I need to be. But I see whenever I have stretches of time where I actually am consistent, I see the growth in my numbers immediately. And what do you feel about the consistency?
Consistency is very important. That is like, you can't stress consistency enough here on YouTube. Like, I have, and it's not really good, but I've been a little less consistent as I was before. Like, when I first started out, I was opposite from you. I was like on it. Like, I was on it. And so again, I started my channel in 2006, but I didn't start being consistent and dedicate solely like to being consistent until last year, 2017, around June. From that time, I'm like, yo, I'm about to be consistent. I'm not going to play no games. I want to take YouTube seriously. So from that point on, I started out with 2 videos. I want to say 2 videos a week, and I ramped up on my videos. And I went from 2 videos a week to then I was doing videos daily. And then I went from doing videos daily to then I'm doing like 2 videos a day.
I feel like I saw that too.
Yeah,
like,
and I was like, I was doing like 2 videos a day, and I'm like, oh my God, like burning myself out. So like for like, I want to say 6 months straight, like from June, for a year straight, from June to June, I was like literally pumping out like, if I didn't post 2 videos, I post almost every single day, at least a video a day. And then around June, I started to get like a censorship on my channel where I started to cover colorism topics. I started to cover more controversial things. And then my channel kind of got hit. And then I kind of got like taken aback because I'm like, oh, dang, like, you know, my channel is taking a turn. I'm not getting the views that I normally was getting. So then I was like, you know what? Let's regroup. And then from there, I kind of had to like, you know, like reevaluate like what I'm trying to do here on YouTube. And now I'm back to, I mean, of course, I have to at least put out 2 videos a week. But I'm trying to get back to the point where I was like going hard. But I went hard for a whole year for about 2 videos to 3 videos a day. And that may be unrealistic for a lot of people. I don't think that that is like a realistic thing for people, but you want to at least get the 2 video a week thing down pat for sure. If you want to be taking YouTube seriously, you definitely want to get your audience familiar with seeing you and hearing what you have to say, because if you don't, then it's like, okay, we're going to find somebody else, because people, they like to be fed, you know, like they like to get instant, you know, they want you.
And it's real easy. It's real easy for people to forget. I know one of the things that I've struggled with is thinking that I'm doing too much. Like, man, I don't want to keep promoting this video. I don't want to keep popping up with videos feeling like, you know, they're going to get tired of me. But no, people are bombarded with millions of pieces of information every day, all day. And if your information is not along, like in that group, they're going to easily forget about you because a million other people have already been promoting them to those people. So yes, I think that that's a real good goal. Like I was saying, whatever it is that you really realistically can be consistent with as far as your upload schedule, do that first.
Yeah, and set realistic goals.
And then make it your goal to do about 2 a week, because the average YouTuber that's like full-time, this is their job, they're putting out at least 2 videos a week. So just keep that in mind. Hello to everybody, by the way. I'm seeing your chats and stuff, but I do want to move forward with this. So
wait, before you get started on the next one, a couple people said that they really want a quick explanation because they were going to leave. So if you could just give them like a brief,
absolutely. Because I was going to get back. That's what I was about to say. I actually want to address that now because she did send a super chat. Okay, so properly tagging your video. Hope you have your pen and pad out because I really want to tell you guys like some specific things to do. First and foremost, think about the relatable topics that, you know, go along with your video. So for instance, like I might make a video about like how to do feed-in braids, because I do feed-in braids on my video, on my channel. I am going to obviously think about the most obvious tags. How to do feed-in braids, how to braid hair, how to braid natural hair, some of those things. But one of the ways that you find some of your best tags is first and foremost, download vidIQ. Go into, you're gonna have to upload, you're gonna have to open your Chrome browser. So I'm not a tech expert, but I just know that you have to get on Google Chrome, and then you should be able to go into the plugins on Google Chrome and search for vidIQ. This is a great tool that you can use because once you download this, it's going to pretty much go into the back office space of your YouTube account, and it's going to help you to see how all of your tags are ranking compared to everybody else. So if you guys have like specific questions about that, you guys can always like hit me up. My Instagram account is @itsme_Miss_Ruby. If you could type that in, you guys can hit me up on Instagram, or you can comment on Nique's video, and then I'll come back to her comments. But Instagram, so but like and all together.
Oh, okay, but that's your.
But that's
YouTube.
it. That's my YouTube. Because somehow I want you guys to be able to get in touch with me. I'll come back to Nique's video as well, in case you need kind of like a step-by-step breakdown. But vidIQ is the program that you're going to want to get because this really helps you to to be able to see, are my tags even good? So
anyway,
anyway,
what they're ranking and things
what they're
like
ranking
that.
and stuff. And everybody's using this software, by the way, too. So if you don't have it yet, like, get it. And it's a very common software. So what I typically do to search for the best tags is, first and foremost, I go into the YouTube search browser. When you go into YouTube search browser and you begin typing whatever it is that's on your mind. So for instance, like I may want to talk about how to braid hair. As soon as I type in how to BR, it's going to be a drop down of everything that is most highly searched on YouTube. The first, actually I'm not going to do it right now, but the first term that may pop up may be how to braid hair, but it may not be. It may be how to braid African hair. And so that lets me know immediately that more people are searching how to braid African hair than people searching how to braid hair. So I know off the top of my head, I need to use that tag. So do that a bunch of times by searching in the YouTube dropdown, begin typing in sentences, phrases, or terms, and see what is popping up. That's a great way to pick tags. Another way to pick tags, and this also goes with titles as well, is to go to google.com/trends. If you've never used that before, familiarize yourself with this website. You go there and you do a very similar search. Type in whatever it is that your topic is, and then you're going to compare titles. So you may want to type in how to cornrow hair, how to braid hair, to find out which of these terms are more popular. Google's going to give you a comparison chart and show you how many times that topic was searched. And you want to choose titles that are highly searched. Now, one of the things that YouTube gives you results on when you actually type in something, usually YouTube will say 57 million search results. That's different than how many times someone searched for something. A search result just means that all of these videos fall into this category somehow, some way. Mm-hmm. That actually can work against you. If you are trying to, compete to dominate the title or the tag for something, and it has 1 million search results versus another title or tag, and it only has 500,000 search results. Understand that the less results that pop up within that title or tag, the better it is for you to shine amongst that title or tag. So you want to pretty much have a formula where you look at the tag or title that is most highly searched for. You want to get a really highly searched for tag or title and a really low search results. So right. you play around with these in Google and YouTube, and this is going to give you an idea of how to title and how to tag your video. And then you use vidIQ to go in and do analysis. Sometimes, like I just went in the other day and I saw one of my videos wasn't performing that well. And I saw, oh, well, I'm only ranking for like 2 or 3 tags on this video. That lets me know I can delete all the other tags if I want to and enter a whole new set of tags.
Right, yeah.
And try them out. You know what I'm saying? There's no real way to know for certain. You start to get a feel, especially when you create videos within a category. You kind of start to get a feel within this category. This is really popular. This is, highly searched or a lot of results, and you kind of start to get a pattern. You kind of know, okay. And ultimately, and I'll end it on this, but ultimately, you want to dominate tags, and that means when you download vidIQ and you start looking at that analysis, you want to see number 1 on your tags as many times. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Like that means that your video is the number 1 video that pops up when someone types in how to braid hair or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see the results too when you actually go. So let me know if that answered your question. I hope it did.
Yeah, they're loving all of your advice that you're giving. She's definitely dropping gems. You guys, it is a science to YouTube. It's not just I get on here and I upload and I play around. If you really want to take YouTube serious, you definitely have to do all this necessary research involved. You have to do all the necessary work. A lot of people think that they can get on YouTube and they could just make videos and they could just be popular. And it's like, it's actually work that you have to put in, and you have to put in the work to get the best results for your channel. If you're not willing to put in the work and you just want to make this some hobby thing and you don't want to take it serious, then, all of this information is just useless or whatever. But it's definitely, you have to put in the work, and that's something that I want you guys to know. When I start to tell people, oh, you do YouTube and you make money on YouTube, and I'm like, yes, but it's work. I sacrifice having a social life sometimes because I'm that serious about it. Like if there's a popular story, then I'm like, you know what? Okay, I'm not gonna go here because I gotta get this out. You know, you have to get certain stuff out. With beauty, there is no
with beauty
it's like that.
Yeah,
you know?
With beauty it's different because when I used to do piece to part videos on my channel, I don't know if you remember, but I used to do like the lyrical breakdowns on my channel. Basically, I would break down music and lyrics in popular songs. And I remember I had moments like that because a song would drop and I'm like, I have to be one of the first people to upload a video on this song, because even though I wasn't doing gossip about it or a review on it per se,
it'll be old.
I was still typing in the title of the song, and that song is not going to be as highly searched in about 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. And in the beauty world, it's more like what I've noticed. Some of my videos that have done really well are like, I will see something like, this just came out, everybody's not on this yet, because I'll look at the search results. Everybody's not on this yet, but I know the beauty community enough to know they're gonna love this. So let me hop on it now in terms of time. But that's one of the things, like she's saying, you have to, and I'm probably not gonna go out that list, but anyway, whatever. You have to be, you have to be willing to actually treat this like a job and analyze your results. Look and see, like, what do people like about me? What do people like about this community or about this topic? And meet them there. Again, we're talking to you about treating this like a business that you can eventually make money off of, and eventually, hopefully, make a lot of money off of, which means in some way, shape, or form, you got to treat it like a business.
Yeah, you definitely do. And somebody made a comment on my channel. They said timing is everything. Timing is essential. Like, it is essential for the progress of your channel. For me, it'll be sometimes where I'm like, I need to hop on this story, but then I'm like, I need to also make dinner for my child. So, you know, you got to balance it out. You know, you definitely have to balance it out. There's another question. And editing for you might be more tedious because you're doing beauty and you're doing tutorials and you're teaching. So Nique Chats wanted to know, editing can be intimidating. What is the most user-friendly editing software for intermediate level?
In my opinion, intermediate level, I'd say Final Cut Pro. But for a beginner level, iMovie. And I still edit all my videos on iMovie. Even though I am an intermediate level editor, I know how to use other software. For me, I just still have iMovie. And it works for the types of videos that I'm doing. And it's easier than Final Cut Pro. So I just still use it. But if you wanted to do a little bit more details and stuff like that, Final Cut Pro, in my opinion. What would you say?
Okay, so it's crazy because I don't really I have Final Cut Pro on my laptop here, but I'm so used to editing on my desktop that I don't really use Final Cut Pro. So I use a PC to edit my videos. My friends think I'm crazy. They're like, you're crazy. Why are you not using that? But I use Movie Studio Platinum. It used to be Vegas Movie Studio, but now it's Movie Studio Platinum. And that works for me. You pay like $70. You don't have to pay this crazy amount of money for it. It's $70 and they have all these tutorials online that you can follow along. So if you have a desktop, my suggestion would be Movie Studio Platinum. That works for me.
Movie Studio Platinum. That's a good answer because I don't have a desktop. So I was given the
if you have a Mac, yeah. So I have a Mac, but I still edit on my PC.
Yes.
And Movie Studio Platinum for me has been amazing for me.
Ultimately, the answer is when you open up the editing software and you spend about an hour in it, whichever one you find within that hour, I caught my groove better, because ultimately you just need to edit the video and put it up. Honestly, if you're just getting started on YouTube, which I'm assuming everybody watching this video is getting started, you don't really need to worry about all them extra stuff unless it is already your job. Like, I'm already a graphic designer. I'm already a video producer. So I aim for a certain quality. And that's the type of, by all means, the better you can be, great. But if you trying to master a very difficult editing software is keeping you from uploading, then that's no bueno, because the number one most important thing is uploading. Uploading and then being consistent. And when I talk about being consistent, I mean being consistent with your upload schedule, being consistent with your branding, being consistent with your promotion. Because just like Nique said, this is a full-time job for some people. It takes time to work on the idea, to film, to edit, to upload, and to promote. And in all of that, you have to remember that you're one person out of the thousands of people that your audience is being exposed to daily, which means you want your brand to be as consistent and concise as possible. And that means not just your brand as far as wording, but your brand as far as images. You want to, whether you have a logo, whether you have certain letters that you use in all of your graphics, certain font type, certain colors, certain video style when you film, every single one of these things is essential. We could do a whole training just breaking down that alone. We're not going to, but I want you to keep that top of mind, that every single aspect of this is essential at people remembering who you are. Because how many times do you log online real quick without even realizing you've opened your YouTube app or you opened your Instagram? And how many times do you just scroll and just double tap like or start watching something just because you're already pre-programmed to like that person's stuff? You're already pre-programmed to click on this person. You know Nique uploaded a video, you know it's her, without even fully reading the title. You just know it's her because there's certain things that she's done to her thumbnail.
Right, and that's not to cut you off, but this is something that is very essential too. I know this. This is information that I know, and I don't use it because sometimes I'm in a rush and I'm trying to juggle so many things. But thumbnails are very important. Thumbnails are the key to brand recognition on your channel. And if you have a thumbnail, it is important to, even if you're doing a different topic each time, to have some familiarity with your audience. So if they're used to seeing a certain font, they know that Ruby uses this font like immediately when they see it, before they even know what type of hairstyle, whatever. She uses this font, and then somehow, some way, her logo. I don't know if you implement that in your thumbnail, but it's important to implement your logo or whatever also in your thumbnail. And I be in a rush, and I don't even take my own advice, which I need to take it. This helps with your brand recognition, your thumbnail, to have something that people could automatically know that this is a Ruby video without, like she said, even reading the title. You just look at the thumbnail and you know, boom, this is
everything that we're saying are all these are all goals you want to aim for. Right. We don't do this 100% of the time.
Not all the time,
but the fact that we don't do it is the reason why we're telling you, because we know, like, when I have done this consistently, I see the difference in my results. You know what I'm saying? When I go to other people's channels and I evaluate why I gravitate to certain people, I see all of it. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about consistency, so if you guys have any questions on consistency, please leave your questions, because we're gonna move on to another topic. So the other thing, that I want to talk to you guys about is community participation. I have learned this within like the last year, how important it is. When YouTube first began, we used to be able to leave video responses to people's channels. We can't do that anymore, but community participation is still super, super important. That means if you're going to be on YouTube, building a business on YouTube, you want to familiarize yourself with other YouTubers. You want to subscribe to other channels, watch their content, get involved with their movements on social media, whatever it is, because they're
support each other.
Yeah. Not only is it just right and just great to support other people, because this mess is hard, but secondly, their following is who's already sitting on YouTube looking at videos anyway. They may see a comment you post and think like, that's really smart, that's really interesting, and just go to your channel just because people are nosy. Just like, oh, she made me laugh, what's she about? Boom, click on your channel. Now you got traffic. Sometimes you may think it's like not important, but it's these really small things that add up. For instance, she and I are able to sit in a room together and create a video together, cross-promoting to our audiences. You guys now know who she is, and you guys now know who I am, because we're involved with one another's community on YouTube. And that actually leads into another topic, which is collaboration. We'll get to that, but it's really, really important. And I'll give this one example, and then I want you to chime in on this if you have anything. But one example I have is I tend to leave really good comments on videos, in my opinion. I don't be meaning to all the time, but I guess I just be saying something everybody else want to say. I don't know. And I noticed that I'll go to a popular video and I'll watch it. Maybe that video's got 1 million views and it's just something that I find interesting, and I leave a real interesting comment, and I'm getting notifications all day long on my YouTube app telling me, this person responded. One time I did it on like I think it was, whose video was that? Whose music video was that with Kevin Hart? Kevin Hart was in the video. J. Cole, I think.
Yeah, it was J. Cole. I can see you. I'm sorry. I can see all
Kevin Hart in the video, and I left like a very controversial remark. I had hundreds, actually, I think by now over 1,000 responses to my comment. That means that many people saw my comment. You know how many? Like, you know how many people can be tracked back to your channel just because you got the comment on someone else's channel. Not to mention if you enter their giveaways. Not to mention if you're following them on other areas of social media. So, what do you want to say about community? If you have anything.
I think that talking and just being a support in the YouTube space is very important, because like I have people who I like to watch their content, and people they recognize familiar comment sections because people like to watch the same thing. So the people who watch my gossip is gonna be watching another gossip blogger. So I'll say, like, I have it's Martin Lewis on here that's definitely very dope and giving you content about this YouTube drama, YouTube tea, and things like that. So I'll go to Martin and we'll cover the same topic sometimes, you know, and I'll do a video on Chris Sales going to jail. He'll do a video on Chris Sales going to jail, but his point of view is different than my point of view. So I'll go and I'll say, oh, that's interesting, you know, that you have this point of view, blah, blah, blah. My point of view is X, Y, and Z. And then people will recognize, oh, she covered this too.
Yep.
And I'm going to go to her channel and vice versa. And people will see, you know.
And that's a great way to do it, by providing value to that video without necessarily just going to the video like, hey, subscribe to my channel.
Right.
Because that's kind of tacky. But when you actually have value to provide, people do recognize that. And, and another thing that I was going to say is a lot of times when you're involved in the community, it gives you better content. Because now that you've seen everybody else's,
I don't like to watch too much though. Like I'll watch Martin Lewis videos because I know his outlook is always completely different than mine. Even though like we cover the same topics, but I don't like to watch too many people who do the same thing as I do, because I don't want to, you know, watch their videos and then I'm suddenly talking. Yeah, like I don't want to copy anybody. I want my thoughts to be original. So even if I do watch a video that somebody else covers, it'll be after I do my video.
Makes sense.
So if I do my video and then I'm like, okay, this person covered it too, then I'll watch it. But if I haven't covered the topic and I know that it's something that I want to talk about on my channel, I'm not going to watch their video first, because I don't want to plagiarize. I want my video to be original. So just keep that in mind. I think that's just something that
that's actually really important.
Yeah, I don't watch their videos before I do.
Because you're doing something where you're actually giving a response to something. You're actually giving a review, information. Versus me, I'm doing a tutorial. It's in my best interest to watch as many videos as I can on the topic, even though I don't watch enough videos that says funny. But I should, because by watching, like if I watch 10 videos on the same topic, I can easily see, oh, and of all 10 of these videos, nobody talked about this one particular aspect of the hairstyle. So I'm going to make sure I talk about it, because this lets me know that people have probably already seen everything else except this. And I actually have a video called Flipping and Stitching Tracks. It's a video where I break down just specifically, I'm not just doing a quick weave, I'm showing you stitch by stitch why I'm looping the thread the way that I'm looping it, why I'm flipping the track, how to get it flat. This is something that I've watched a ton of videos about, how to put a weave in someone's hair, and nobody breaks down how to actually do that detail. That video is really big on my channel. It's one of my biggest videos because people appreciate that attention to detail. And so all the more reason why paying attention to your community is super important.
Okay.
Being involved in the community. Is there another question?
Nique Chats wants to know, how important are intros and how do you create one?
Ooh, my first thought to that, and I'm sure you have something. Intros are great. It's just like the TV shows you grew up watching, you know, and they all have their intros. Everything has, you know, everything that's like on a major platform has something that reminds you of who they are, right? So intros are great, but highly recommended that they're very short, very to the point. And a more expert tip is that you don't even do the intro until after you already grabbed the person's attention. So one of the things I was actually watching the video,
I was gonna say that when
one of the things that I kind of learned this a while ago, and I don't really do intros on my channel because like that's my lazy thing. I want to create an intro, I just haven't. But I do know if I'm going to do an intro, I know the first thing I want to do is first say like,
what you're talking about,
Yeah,
what
like,
the video is
you
going
know
to
what
be
I'm saying?
about.
Real quick, or what I used to do is I would edit the entire video, and then there will be a moment, like on my other channel, my Twosome TV channel, there will be a moment in the video that was just real funny, and I'll just, that'll be the first thing you see as soon as you click on the video, is you'll see me laughing like, nigga, you crazy, talking to my husband, and then we'll argue for like 5 seconds, and then we'll do our intro. So that channel has an intro. Then we'll do our intro because I've already enticed you. So intros are really important because they give people something to feel like, okay, I'm watching this person's channel, right?
Right. But like she said, it's important to grab the person first because like Sabrina Bryan says, she fast forwards most intros, which some people do. Like some people, some channels, I'm not gonna lie.
30-second intro.
Some channels that I know that they put the intro at the very beginning of their video, I will skip it. Like, okay, let me just get to what I'm talking about. But the people who tend to say, hey, you know, this is what I'm going to be doing this video on today, and they give you a little snippet and then they draw you into their intro, I won't skip it. I'll just let it flow.
Yep.
So I feel like if you don't put your intro right at the beginning, it kind of
super important.
It kind of lets it flow a little more. My intro is just, hey, what's up? You watching Nique at Night, and then it'll show my little graphic. It's like really quick.
That's perfect though.
But
honestly,
you know,
it's like really a 5-second
yeah.
intro. That's the most ideal. You're dealing with people whose attention spans are like nothing. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time for nothing. And you don't want people skipping through your video if you can avoid it, because it takes away from your watch time and it takes away from your retention. And YouTube, they track all of these little metadata analytics and they determine, are you popular enough for us to pay you a higher dollar amount per 1,000 views? And that's getting into a whole different topic, but please, if you don't do anything else, just don't create long ass intros that just last forever and start at the beginning of the video. Don't do that. Hopefully that answered your question.
Hopefully, that answered. I look so fat on yours. Oh my God.
No, you
raise it up some. I'm like, oh my goodness.
You're so retarded. You're sitting, look, now I look the same size as you because you're sitting more forward than I am. Okay, does anybody else have any questions about it? Let me check. Sounds like authenticity is super important. Yes.
Is there an app to create an intro? I'm not sure if there's an app. Most people use their editing software to kind of try to like be clever.
App for what?
To create the intro. I think most people use their same editing software.
You gotta use your editing software. You can always hire, remember you guys, if you're not like good at video editing, outsource. Like hire somebody to edit your videos if you have the money. And if you don't have the money, then you have to go learn how to edit. There's no way around it.
You can get it for cheap on Fiverr. They ain't paying me. I ain't getting no money from them. But
but that's good information.
You know, it's just good for you guys. Like it's like $5 that you can get an intro, or you know, they say it's $5, but then they normally get you to bump up to at least 10 or something like that. But for $10, you make an investment on something that's unique to your channel, and you can get it on Fiverr.com. And it'll be somebody who, you know, is out wherever in the world, who does graphics. They can get it out really quickly. Normally, it'll be like a day turnaround or something like that. It's people from all over who just solely do graphics, and they'll charge you like $5 or $10 if you're not good with your software. Go to like Fiverr.com or something like that.
Don't be afraid to outsource any aspect of this, whether it's editing, whether it's promotion, whether it's filming. There's so many people on YouTube you would never know. They got entire film crews behind that camera. Like a lot of us have to do it on our own. You know what I'm saying? But just always, I guess, just rule of thumb from an entrepreneurial standpoint, because if you're a YouTuber and you're taking this serious, you are an entrepreneur. So from an entrepreneurial standpoint, just remember, ultimately it's great for you to know as much as you can know. But when you don't know something, be really good at outsourcing, be really good at putting people in place. And understand everything is an investment. It's either going to be an investment of your time or an investment of your money. You pick. Whichever one that you have the most of, you might want to start there.
Right. You're kind of out of my frame a little bit.
Oh.
You scooted over or something? You did. Okay, yeah. So is there anybody who has any other questions before she goes? And her YouTube is I am Miss Ruby, and for her followers, I am Nique at Night.
And one of them said that they just joined your family.
Aw, thank you guys for subscribing. I appreciate it. I might piss you off. I'm just going to give you a disclaimer. I be pissing people off, but hey, it is what it is. We grown on my channel, and we can agree to disagree. And if you fine with agreeing to disagree, then
that's all. That's the song. Is that how you spell the Fiverr.com? Is it with 2 R's or just
2 R's? I think
2 R's. Okay, Fiverr.com with 2 R's. I'm assuming that's what you mean when you ask how to spell that.
Yeah, I think.
And if you Google search Fiverr.com, it's gonna be the first thing that pops up, even if you misspell it. So
somebody said, what's the best device to record videos on phone, PC? I don't record my videos from my phone, so I wouldn't be able to.
I will say I have filmed that flipping and stitching tracks video I told you guys about, which let me try to pull up the stats for that. One of my biggest videos on my channel, I filmed it entirely on my phone. So what you need to keep in mind, I'm a stickler for this. Lighting and angles are everything. Most of our phones are created with technology to basically have an entire YouTube channel. You can actually even edit on your phone and upload on your phone if you want to. But most importantly, put yourself in the shoes of a viewer. If I'm watching a detailed tutorial on how to do something that, the lighting is important, then understand you want to be in a place that's well lit. If you're just like, yo, I just want to hear what you have to say about this topic, I really don't care how clear I see your face, lighting may not be that important. It all depends on the type of video that you're producing. And so that's going to determine the type of device you should film on. So there are people out there that are getting really expensive cameras. Obviously, the more crisp and clean something is, the more attractive it's going to be to the human eye. But you don't have to get crisp and clear camera if your content is that good. If people just like to hear you talk. There are people who have, man, what's that boy's name? I forget his name. It's not Tremo, but it was somebody on YouTube I used to follow a long time ago. He was a comedian. He had like over 1 million subscribers, y'all, everything on his phone.
Yeah, there's some people,
So
there's a lot of people.
There's
a lot of people who use their phone to record. I don't. But I can't give you like the best apps to use to edit, or I don't have an insight on that part of it. But just because you don't have like a store-bought digital camera, don't let that hold you back. Use the resources you have to get started. Because if you continue to wait and say, okay, I don't have a camera yet. Okay, I don't have the best lighting yet. You can't, you'll never get started. So start somewhere. If you have a phone right now, use your phone. And you build as you go. You get the best lights as you go. And then another question is, what do you think the best lighting is? A lot of people use ring lights, but me, I just have like a little
I don't
even know what you call these lights that I have, but it was like Limo Studios, something I bought on
Did they come with the umbrellas?
Yeah, it came with the umbrellas. Yeah, it was like, it's 2 lights, it came with the umbrellas. It was like $80, came with a backdrop. I got it on Amazon. And that works for me, but there are some people who have like expensive ring lights.
So I have a setup. I have 2 softbox lights, and I have a ring light. This kind of question is a little challenging to answer when we don't know the type of content you're creating. So for instance, if you're doing daily vlogs, your lighting is whatever the lighting is in the atmosphere you're in, because you want to draw people in. If you go into a dark bathroom, leave it dark because they're watching you vlog. So if you go outside, the sun is your light. So, but if you're creating beauty content, if you're doing studio beauty work, then you want to have studio lighting and good quality lighting, like I have invested in. If you're doing something where you're just going outside and showing people how your hair swings in the daylight, all you need is the sun. I don't know. So pay attention to the type of content you're creating.
Just don't have no dark video.
Just don't have dark videos. Go to people's channels who have the exact type of content you're creating. Find out what they're using. A lot of times they'll have a video up about it, or you can just look at them across the board and just see, oh, it looks like they're sitting inside of a room, which means they must have lights that they purchased. Some people use natural lighting. So that's how I would answer that question.
Yeah. Somebody said Limo Studio is good. Yeah, that's what I use, and
I got my lights.
It's been working for me.
I don't know how much you paid for yours.
Mine was like $80
for both.
Yeah, for like both the lights and the backdrop. I started out like cheap, and I haven't even upgraded, which I need to upgrade. But if it's start off with what you can, like, don't go out. And that's another thing. Like, people think that they have to invest all this money to get started. No, you can get started off of very little. Like,
that actually leads me to creativity, the topic of creativity. That's going to be your best asset on YouTube. I'm telling you, still to this day, even though I've invested in a bunch of equipment, but I've been on YouTube for a while, so I've made the money to be able to invest in it.
Invest for sure. After time.
Because everything can be taken away from you, and all you have left is your little phone. And you'll be surprised how creative you can be when you actually put your mind to it. Also, being creative with purchasing things. I buy everything off OfferUp that I possibly can. So I got my 2 softbox lights and my ring light for like $160 on OfferUp. Whereas if I would have gone on the internet, I probably would have paid $200 easily. So what's the next question?
I was just reading. They were just giving tips. Nique Chat says that she got a ring light off Amazon for $99 with 2 backdrops.
Mm-hmm.
And Naomi King says the best 2048p, I believe, but 1080p and 720p are best because it's better to have crisp quality video. People will stay engaged in your video. Remember, rendering gets longer the higher the quality, which is a good tip. If you want high quality, it's going to take you a little bit longer for it to render. Marilyn Hobson, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad you enjoy my content and you like my channel. Somebody said, don't use your webcam on your computer. Use your phone back camera.
Use your web camera if you can avoid it.
Yeah.
If you can avoid it, yes. And the phone back camera, that's true. Because when you turn the phone facing you, the quality is worse than when you turn the phone away from you. So that's a good tip. Also, too, I feel like somebody asked me this either on here or like on Facebook, but it typically takes me for the time. If you guys go to my channel and look at my beauty videos, typically takes me about 8 hours to edit one video. How long does it typically take you? Because somebody has asked me that before.
Editing takes, it just depends. Like I have some videos where it'll take me 15 minutes because it's not that much in depth. Like I'll sit and I don't have to cut out that much because I have some videos where I just purely giving my opinion. And to just give my opinion, I just take out the stutters or something that I stumble across my words or something like that. Something like that could take 10 minutes. But the ones where I'm adding receipts and I want to get, because I do gossip for you guys who tuning in. So sometimes it'll be a story. So say for instance, okay, so I did a story last year on Tamar and Vince and what was her name? The girl from Basketball Wives, and people thought that he was cheating with her, and then Tamar went to her Instagram, then Vince was out and he got caught by TMZ saying this and that. So the videos where there is a lot of receipts take a lot longer. So if I want to get this person said this, let me see what Tamar said, and let me see what Gloria, what's her name? No, Laura. Let me see what Laura's response is. Okay, and let me see what Vince had to say. And then after I get what Vince had to say and input that receipt and that receipt and that receipt, then let me give my thoughts on it. And then I have to make it cohesive enough that people can watch through it. That's going to take me some hours to do. So I have some videos that have me 8 hours. I can be in front of the computer editing a video or 10 to 15 minutes. It just depends on how much work that you want to put into it, how much you want your videos to be cohesive, how, blended and in a well-polished video you want your video to be, and you're going to take a little bit longer. And once you get the hang of it, you'll become faster. So when I first started doing it, that 8-hour video with all the receipts probably took me 12 hours, but over time, you'll get faster. It'll get easier. You'll get like your flow down. So
you'll have certain things already kind of in your software that you're like, oh, let me just drag and drop this and shoot this over here, timestamps and stuff like that. Somebody asked, how long should videos last? So there's a couple ways to answer that question. Your video, number one, with everything that you create, my advice to you is be as authentic as you can. Somebody said that in my comments. Authenticity is super important. So if you're somebody who wants to get on and you have a lot you want to say about a topic and it runs you 10 minutes long, then that's how long your video should be, because you're being authentic. There's nothing to base it off of, except if you are specifically at a point in your YouTube career where you're trying to go from getting off the ground and figuring yourself out to now how to capitalize on your content as best as possible, then you want to create a video that's going to be the most engaging and make you the most money. 10-minute videos are typically standard for a good benchmark with time. And that is because once your video hits 10 minutes, you're now able on YouTube to put an ad at the end of it and add extra ads all throughout it. So when you guys go to people's videos, a lot of times it's like family channels and stuff, or people that create really long content. And there's like ad after ad after ad after ad. Those videos have to be at least 10 minutes long in order to do that.
Yeah, but don't get annoying with the ads.
So, yeah, that's a whole different conversation. So like the otherwise, aside from that, like just understanding that a 10-minute video opens up more avenues for monetization. Outside of that, there's no particular time. But here's a way for you to determine somewhere like in ballpark. Go look at videos that are covering the same topic you're covering and see about how long those videos last, about how many views they get, about what the engagement is. really do your research and analyze. Like, for instance, if you know that you go to a video and you're reading through like the first 15, 20 comments, and everybody's comment is about this one particular thing that happened at the 8-minute mark, you know most of these people are staying tuned for 8 minutes on this topic. But you know, that's something to analyze. But if you notice, like, I don't know, like most of the comments are about something that happened in the first 2 minutes, or if you notice that video just didn't get a lot of views, or maybe someone said it in the comments, like, this video is too damn long, then you can kind of get an idea. Yeah, nobody wants to watch this type of video for this long. Otherwise, just, you know, go off of what you really want to do. So
and before I forget, KAG Reacts pointed out, when you are doing videos on your phone, make sure to have your phone like this. Do not have it vertical, because that looks weird when people are trying to view it. So definitely whenever you go live, whenever you stream, have your thing, you know, vertical.
Super important. Somebody had actually asked, like, well, they want to know how to upload a video. Should they just click live? Should they film a video? That's up to you. If you just click live, you're always going to be, unless you have super high-tech software, you're always going to be live on your camera. And like we said, the camera attached to your computer is not the best quality. So I'd recommend at least using your cell phone or buying a camera, and then you're going to import that footage onto your software on your editing device computer, and then edit from there. Somebody asked, what is the best lighting for chocolate girls or people in general?
I think the best lighting is just lighting period. I mean, I'm chocolate, and I got an $80 studio setup that was off Amazon, and it works for me. I mean, I'm not trying to turn myself light skinned, so it works.
Here's a tip. This is what I do. And I'll show you guys right now on my camera. This is what I try to do. Whenever I decide on a film setup area, because I be switching my areas around my house, then I try to write a note in my notes on my phone. And like, where is it at right now? And like, if you see this note on my phone, I'm showing you guys, and I'm gonna show somebody else. I guess you probably can't read the words, sorry. But anyway, that note is basically telling you what settings I put on my camera, and it's showing a picture of how I had all my lights set up. Because it's so easy to, am I doing the right thing? Yeah. It's so easy to forget, like, where did I have the light set? So what I'll do is I'll take a picture of that, write these notes, because I'll do a little short film, and I'll import it onto my computer, and I'll look at it and I'll be like, I like how that looks. And so whatever that means to you, duplicate those settings over and over in your videos, and that's going to help you get consistency with lighting.
Yeah, so
I'm chocolate, but my lighting sucks.
Nique Chat says, how/when to monetize your videos? Monetize videos that whenever you can monetize.
No, how? Oh, okay. So things just recently changed on YouTube. You know this answer. So, no, how to monetize. You can't even start to monetize your videos right now with the new update to YouTube until your channel has.
I mean, well, I'm assuming that they're able. Okay. Oh. Well, yeah. Okay. So So what she's saying is right. There's steps to be able to be monetized. So go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So if you're just starting out on YouTube, you got to have, I think, at least 1,000 subscribers or 4,000 hours of watch time. 4,000 hours a minute. 4,000 hours of watch time. It didn't used to be like that. It used to just be like 100 subscribers or something like that. They recently changed it. So find out what the guidelines are on YouTube. When you go into your YouTube, like backspace, you should be able to see that. And then, so first and foremost, you got to meet those qualifications. When that thing is allowed on your channel, so it'll give you the ability to enable monetization on your video. So that's how you monetize. You simply click that you want to monetize when you're uploading the video. It's going to prompt you to answer that question. And then when should you start monetizing? As soon as you possibly can.
Right. So that's where I was coming from. Like, if you're able to monetize. So I was assuming when she said when to monetize is when you're able to. But before you're able to, of course, you have to hit those guidelines. And to get your watch time minutes up, Lockhead Boss Lady, and she was in the chat. She's probably not in the chat anymore, but going live, that's going to get people tuned in for, you know, a longer amount of time. You're going to be on live. People are going to sit there, and your watch time hours is going to go up by going live. So the more that you go live and the more videos that you put up, your watch time hours will go up.
If you guys want to see some sort of like training or tips on a lot of the things that we're covering right now is very like baseline, but we can go into detail about like specifically how to get your numbers up, because there's a lot of tips.
Right.
One general tip I'll give you guys right now: search these questions that you're asking and just be willing to watch the videos. I know it sucks sometimes because you got to watch a 10-minute video to get one piece of information and everything else was a waste of time. But I'm telling you, you waste time all day. You waste time during conversations. You waste time deciding what you want to eat. Spend your time more wisely and just play videos in the background of your life if you need to. Watch as many videos as you possibly can to cover all of these questions you're asking, because you're going to learn all of the things that you need to learn.
Yeah, that's very
be in the habit of that with YouTube.
Yeah, that's very important information. And there are definitely channels dedicated to helping you get started on YouTube as well. There's a channel that I watch whenever I want to have a question about what lighting should I look into when I want to upgrade, or what cameras, like before I changed my camera, because when I first got started, I had the Canon T5 Rebel. That was like when I first started on YouTube. It didn't have no LCD that,
ain't it?
yeah, but it doesn't have the LCD that turns around, so I can't see like if I'm in frame, and then it's like I have to start recording, okay, see if I'm in frame, and then But then when I wanted to upgrade my camera to something a little bit better, that I'm able to, like when I was going out to do red carpet events, when I was doing interviews, I couldn't see that I was in frame, so I absolutely had to have somebody come with me. Then people weren't reliable, so it was essential for me to upgrade my camera. When I decided that I wanted to upgrade my camera, I started to look at Think Media TV, which is on YouTube, and Think Media TV has some great tips and everything. And I just sat and I'm like, okay, he had a video where he's like, okay, this is the Canon SL2, and then this is the T7i, and this is the G7X. This is what the quality looks like here, and this is the price difference for here. And so they have those people on YouTube that are dedicated to showing you the specs of things, like not just taking a person's recommendation, their word for it, but they actually show you this is what $100 more is going to get you, or this is what $100 more is going to still look like if you go with this one. So right now I shoot with the Canon SL2, and but a lot of bloggers and everything like that, they use the Canon G7X. And channels like Think Media TV are going to be essential in helping you guys in these really intricate questions.
And they actually
that
have
you
a
might
new
have.
channel. Think Media TV was the guy, him by himself. I forget his name. But now he has an actual channel called Video Influencers. So that's another channel. I subscribe to both of those channels for real, y'all. If you're taking this thing serious, because then you don't even need to see our video, like
because they cover everything. But sometimes people want to have that, that user-friendly connection.
I know y'all love us.
Somebody said, "Are you a full-time YouTuber?" I'm not a full-time YouTuber yet. I want to be a full-time YouTuber, but I got to pay all my bills. So
and neither of us are making full-time YouTube money yet. But I think that we're doing pretty well. I'm not a full-time YouTuber myself either, but I'm half and half.
I'm half and half too.
My income was not very high to begin with, so my objective is like, how can I replace my full income with YouTube income? And I will say that I'm halfway there so far. So full-time is very different for everybody, because it all depends on the income that you're trying to replace before you can go full-time. And I just want to let you guys know that I have to go now. We both have to go.
Yeah, we both have to go.
So we're going to like wrap this up right now. And if we're able to do this again, we'll definitely let you guys know. So stay tuned. But I'm going to look at these last couple questions or comments. Subscribe to Video Influencers. That's what's up, Tarsha. But y'all giving extra, so thank you, J Bella.
But thank you so much. Yeah, thank you everybody who tuned in. If you guys want to see more videos like this, be sure to comment down below. Check out her channel. Hers is It's Miss Ruby. It's me, Miss Ruby. Oh, it's me, Miss Ruby. I'm sorry, I've been typing it in the chat. Okay, so hers is It's Me, Miss Ruby. And she used to be Music and Beauty TV, but now she changed to It's Me.
I'm transitioning my channel to be less focused on a lot of the content I was creating, and I'm just going in a new direction.
She's rebranding herself right now. I'm Nique at Night for those of you who are watching on her channel.
It's your girl.
And so if you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely leave a comment below, so that maybe, if we missed a comment or we missed a question that you guys may have had, maybe we can, come back together and do like a part 2 where we break down other parts that were not broken down. But hopefully with the information that you got, you're able to get started with YouTube and, you know, get going, and don't wait. Do not wait. Don't procrastinate. Start with what you have and progress and invest as you go forward.
And anybody who's on this who's on this video, who starts a YouTube channel and you want us to subscribe, let us know, because I would love to subscribe to your channel and check you out.
Yeah, so
that's it.
That's all for now. Thank you guys again for tuning in.
God bless you. See you later.